Number 10. As we said before, different scribes, people like Moses, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Paul, King James, Wycliffe, Martin Luther, Tyndale, and Jerome, they're all men who have admittedly wrote or written or rewrote the Bible. However, none of these people ever met Jesus or even lived in the time in which Jesus lived. And there's another one, Josephus, which is what the Jewish people, or Hebrew scribes attribute proof that Jesus lived. However, there's a lot of proof that Josephus was actually another scribe of Paul's under the pen name of Josephus. And Josephus actually writes about 4 different Jesuses, and they're all very different. So we don't know which one would have been the one that most people refer to. So, number 10, and finally getting to this, the very last words are really poignant of the Bible itself, of Revelations, which was written by John, right? But not John the Apostle. It's written by John of Patmos. So it says, at the very, very last words, you can just open your book to the very last page and read the last words of the Bible. It says in there that any man who shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the things written in this book, God shall take him out of the book of life. So right there in the book itself, written by the hands of man, it says that if anybody writes in this book, or if anybody changes this book, or if anybody takes anything away from the words that are in this book, then God will basically take your life. So think about that. All the men who admittedly wrote in the book must have read this, or must have known this, or must have written this. So, Paul, Mark, Matthew, Luke, John, Jerome, King James, and so on, all these men would technically fall underneath this statement from God, the very last words in the Bible, that any man who adds unto this book, or taketh away from this book, shall basically be plagued or cursed and snuffed out. Thank you guys for listening.
Lost children of Babylon, we carry on, seeing people talk without sipping on time, carry on. I look within and see a bright light. My aura shines like a light bright through the dark night. Not by power, not by might. When we take flight, get your mind right, ignite and meditate under the moonlight. Scrolls and tablets reveal the coming of the Elohim. In every holy book in the planet, pockets it's a seed. The truth is strange in fiction, no conspiracy. Code words spoken and open, we quote mystery. Heads up, 7 up, teaching the kids telepathy. All things are possible, have faith and just believe. Action is perception when we'll become what they perceive. Praying for open heavens, receiving visions of the Elohim. Chariots of fire, resemble flames of the seraphim. Esoteric knowledge from high planes of frequency. I enter the star